So welcome, DJ Unknown.
What's up, bro?
It's that was kind of like we can redo that. Boom, yeah. Welcome to the Graham Radio Podcast.
What's up?
Yes, this has been. I'm really happy that we're doing this.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, where did we meet the first time? It must have been at Emberd, right?
Yeah, we met at Emberd.
Wait, hold on. All quiet on set. No, not even any whispering.
Come
okay?
on, guys.
So, remind me where. So we must have met at Emberd, right?
Yes, we met at Emberd. I saw you from afar, and I knew who you were because I've seen your content.
Thank you.
So I just walked up to you and introduced myself. That's
Yeah.
all.
Well, yeah. And then like a week later, I see you behind the decks.
Right.
Yeah. So okay, give me like. So your status at Emberd is you're like a co-resident, or how exactly does that work?
So there's no like official status, but I'm just Camo's right hand man right now.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay. And what I hear is that you didn't start DJing yesterday, because you don't become Camo's right hand man if you started DJing yesterday.
No, I started when I was 15. I'm 24 now.
Okay.
So started as a dubstep DJ though. So did dubstep most of the 10 years that I've been DJing. I transitioned into house, I would say a year and a half ago, made a mix, and I felt confident with the mix enough to reach out to Camo and invited him out to golf, and then we hit it off.
You invited him out to golf.
Yes.
See, that's a cool way to get to know someone.
Yes, sir.
So I want to know, when you started DJing, what did you have to DJ on? How did DJ Unknown become DJ Unknown? I know that you said that you started when you were 15. Like, what does that mean? What is the start?
There was a school that was starting off in Puerto Rico, and they were teaching just people how to DJ, and I joined along. They teach me some of it. I learned some of it on YouTube, so I'm a lot self-taught too. The passion that I had for music was what drove me to becoming a DJ, which was making my own like edits and mashups and all that I wanted to hear.
So this school that you were in for DJing, I'm assuming that you went to this school on top of being in high school.
Correct.
Right. So this was sort of like an after schools type of thing where that you maybe had a tutor or someone who would.
Yeah,
teach
it
you how to
was.
DJ?
It was mostly weekends. So I would say Saturdays and Sundays. We used to go, and it was like a group of us, and then just
That's so cool.
teacher.
What did mom sponsor that? Did mom
Oh, yeah.
sponsor the school? And also, happy birthday to mom.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, welcome. Yeah, you're visiting from Puerto Rico, right?
Yes.
Exciting.
Yes, I'm excited.
Well, thank you.
She's my number one fan, my biggest supporter. She's the one that like helps me do all this. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So at this school, what exactly were they having you play? Was it dubstep at this school?
So they teach like just I would say like more big room stuff, but I took what I learned from the mixers and all that and took it to what I wanted to do. So they basically just taught us like transitions and EQs and all that, and then to learn like actual dubstep, then I would go to YouTube and do like my own research to know what I wanted to do.
What was your first board?
I had a DDJ SX, the
Nice.
first one. So they're in like at the 4, I think now, but I
Yeah.
had the first one.
Yeah. And so when did you move to? Did you move from Puerto Rico to Tampa?
Yes, so I moved over here 4 years ago. So I moved. So that was that.
You're good. About 5 years ago?
Yeah. So
No.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So when did you move to Florida?
So I moved here 5 years ago. After the hurricane in Puerto Rico. So they were giving out scholarships to come study over here. So I took one of those opportunities. My family, my aunt, she used to live over here already. So moved in with her, started studying, never lost the passion for DJing. So I would do it in my house. I would do it just for fun. And then after meeting the right people, that's where I got where I'm at.
So what exactly does it mean to be, DJ Camo's right-hand man, like the Emberd right-hand man? Like what kind of tasks and duties are you doing?
So I get there before everyone gets there, and I set up all the equipment. I'm the one that checks that all the sound is like great and ready to go.
Yeah.
And then from doing that, I got this opportunity to open, and I play from 8:30 to 9:30 most of the time. And then now that I've like shown my skills and everything, now I get to close too, which is like from 12:30 to 2 a.m.
That's a lit time to be playing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
That's
That's really
a
fun. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a great little gig you got going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing this for?
It's been since May. So Matt
So
Cam.
like 3.5 months now.
Yeah, it's been 3.5 months. May started off just like getting to know Camo more, and like just getting into the gist of it, like just learning everything. And then I would say June, he's letting me like run it, and he's trusting me to do the things that need to be done.
So if he's letting you run it, then that means that you've gotten better at it. Is that fair to say?
That's right. And he's told me himself, like, from where I started to where I'm at, I've gotten better. And that all comes from practice and just putting time into what you love to do.
So what exactly have you learned in the last few months? Like, what's something that you wish you could go back to May and to DJ Unknown circa May, your first day.
Right.
What's give yourself some advice.
As to the DJ in me, I would say just be confident in what you're playing. So nobody wants to see just the DJ looking down at the boards all the time and like just looking nervous. I would say be more confident and express yourself more and interact with the crowd more, because that's really what like the crowd likes, because I'm not famous. So they don't care about me.
Well, I don't know. After this interview, you might be.
That's right. I believe it. So I would say nobody knows who I am when they come. But the music that you play and the way that you connect with your crowd is what matters. So just looking out and seeing what people are reacting to, then you play more or less of what songs they're reacting to. So if they're more into the darker like house stuff like techno, then keep playing more of that. If they're more into the tech house, then keep playing more of that. But
so when you are in the middle of a set and you realize that the crowd has sort of died down a little bit, maybe the crowd is sort of starting to disperse a bit, what do you do to get the crowd going again?
So I evaluate what they've been reacting to. And like me, like a DJ knows what the crowd likes based on looking out at how they're dancing, what they're doing. So I either play more, if let's say I see a lot of like Hispanic in the crowd, then I play another like Hispanic like Latin
another Latin tech house banger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then sometimes I look out and they're reacting more to the radio like remixes. So I play more of like a remix of like an older pop song in the tech house. But I would say one song that has like that always gets the crowd going would be like, now Fisher is a big thing. Like everybody's liking Fisher stuff.
Yeah.
And then always the high energy, like the high energy tech house always gets the crowd going. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. I think that the overall theme when it comes to getting a crowd going is just familiarity.
Right.
If you can play a song that everybody can sing to, then everybody is going to think that you're the man. Everyone's going to love that DJ.
That's right.
Yeah, if he's playing a song. And then another avenue that a DJ can take is getting into a groovy vibe.
Correct.
And I know that is an extremely broad thing to say, just getting into a groovy vibe. But I've had a few DJs in this room who I'm thinking of right now. A few to think of are, Jason Kitchen and Salome.
Okay.
Both of them, when they came in here to do their takeovers, they didn't play the same song the entire time, but they kept it in the same genre the entire time in a very interesting way. They kept it in the same genre the entire time, but with like subtle differences throughout their set.
Gotcha.
Now, when it comes to like a bar like Emberd, people are going there to socialize.
Right.
You know, people are going there because they know there's going to be great music, but people are also going there to socialize. So you want to play those songs that are going to get people nice and social,
right.
you
That's
know?
right.
But then you take a club like Space. And Space, people, are they going there to socialize?
Not really. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I think that people are going there specifically, they're going there more for the music than
Correct.
for the social aspect of it.
So yeah. So what I've learned too from what you're saying is that sometimes headliners come and they play exactly what their like music, the music that they like, and it doesn't work great with the crowd. So that's why me and Camo come in and we know what the scene is and we play those songs that the people like react to and are having a good time. So that's
yeah, and it is phenomenal.
oh yeah.
Like if someone was coming into Tampa for a weekend, you know, or just like if someone was going to be in Tampa on a Thursday and they wanted something to do, I would immediately say go to Emberd.
Yeah.
It is so fun, and it's all you know what Emberd isn't? Emberd isn't like a BS top 40 bar.
Right.
You know? And if that's your vibe, you're crusty, but good for you. Yeah, but like, and see, the thing with Emberd is like, it's just like it's a perfect rooftop bar.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yes, it is. And I agree with you. If somebody's coming into Tampa, that's the spot to be. Camo has built it to be one of the place to be at on Thursday nights. So.
Yeah, and he's one thing that I love about Camo is that he is great at giving direction.
Yes.
Like when I DJ'd there back in May 4th, 2023. That's a special day, ain't it, honey?
Yes, it is.
So before the set, I gave Camo a call, before the set, I would say a week before the set, I gave Camo a call, and I'm like, hey man, you know, I'm preparing for this set. What kind of vibe should I bring? And Camo literally said, do not play bass house.
That's right.
Do not play bass house.
Yep.
That is like the number one rule. Like this is not a bass house bar.
Correct.
But play stuff that people cannot hear anywhere else in Tampa.
That's right.
And that's what Emberd is. If you go to Emberd on a Thursday, you're going to hear music that you will not hear anywhere else in Tampa.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are completely correct. And yeah, big shout out to Camo for the opportunity and just letting me express myself and playing those songs that nobody knows that I enjoy and giving me the chance to just express myself as a DJ without borders, because he does give me direction, but he also lets me like be myself.
Yeah.
So
And one thing about house music is that people who don't have a house music experience don't know that music that doesn't have words is great too.
that's right.
And if you want a great house music experience, especially if you've never had a house music experience before, Emberd is like the perfect place.
That's right.
Yeah, because when I went and I played, and you can listen to my entire Emberd set on SoundCloud.
Which I have, which is fire.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think the first 12 or 13 minutes of it is Camo opening up the room, and then the next hour and 15, hour 30 is just me, and then the rest of it is me and Camo going back
Right.
to back. If you listen, especially to like the first hour and a half, 2 hours of it, good luck finding a song that you can sing along to.
Right.
You know?
But it's still good music.
But it's amazing.
And it's a good way, like you said, it's a good place to come and socialize, but it's also a good place to come and listen to new music and come and expand your horizons on the music that you listen to.
Yeah. It really is great. And shout out to their espresso martinis.
Amazing.
Emberd's espresso martinis are just
That's right.
good stuff. Yeah. Well, Josue, DJ Unknown.
Oh yeah.
This has been wonderful. I think that you have a set to do.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, that was wonderful. Great interview.
Thank you.
Yes, for the listeners, I love you. Peace. Cool. Wait, hold on. Amanda, come here. I just need you to take like some pictures of us pretending to be in the middle of an interview.
Okay.
And you know, Amanda, you know what's something that you can do as well? I'm just gonna add this to like your repertoire of photography. You like take a picture of this screen, like showing that it's being recorded.
What do you mean, like from this angle or from?
Like literally take a picture of that. You see what I mean? And of his too. So okay, just start taking pictures or like pretend to talk. You know,
Let's actually talk.
Sure,
How
yeah.
did you get all this started?
the short version, but like outlined for like all of time. Since I was a child, I've always listened to like talk entertainment and talk media. Like
Gotcha.
me and my dad would listen to NPR, and my mom showed me This American Life in like middle school, which is another long form podcast. I've always listened to very, very long form types of entertainment.
Okay.
I've also been a huge Grateful Dead fan my entire. I'm named after Bill Graham, who's the music promoter for the Dead in the 70s.
Gotcha.
And at my home, there's a huge framed thing of like maybe 100 tickets from Dead shows and other shows in like the late 80s and stuff.
Cool.
So one thing about the Grateful Dead and house music is that they both have elongated time periods, like during songs, they both have elongated periods of no talking, and it's just jam. Because that's a lot of house is just about feeling, and that's what Grateful Dead is.
Right.
And I found electronic music in college, and I was really into Bass Nectar. I loved Bass Nectar.
Yeah, he's fire.
Which I've seen him a few times as well. I saw him like maybe 3 times, and he got canceled now for good reasons. Fuck that guy, terrible. But during law school, I kept thinking. During law school, I got super into the Joe Rogan Experience and like the entire LA comedy podcast scene. And I mean, I got really into it.
Gotcha.
Like it was all I was listening to. That and Grateful Dead and house music.
Okay.
And at the end of law school, actually while I was preparing for the bar, I was like, okay, you know what? Like all I'm doing right now is preparing for the bar, which is basically like a full-time job. And let me just stop talking about starting a podcast and actually start it.
Okay.
So September 20th, 2020 was the first airing of the Graham Radio podcast, which by the way, I'm actually no longer doing the Graham Radio podcast. Like this is like a different version of Graham Radio.
Gotcha.
The Graham Radio podcast was like 1 to 3 hour interviews about nothing, and I would bring on friends, and like what it turned into was the local rapper podcast, which I was not a fan of. Like you know, rap is fine, but I'm way more of like a house music person. So I filmed and you know the music festival Asteria.
No.
Okay, have you heard of like Bonnie and Clyde, Borgore,
Right.
Kid?
Yeah.
Do you know K question mark D?
Yeah.
I
He's
interviewed
fire.
I interviewed all those. Like I went to Asteria backstage, interviewed all those people. That was probably
Wow.
like one of my biggest shining achievements of Graham Radio.
Oh, for sure.
Like Recno, you know, Recno, whatever. So, I please and thank you, like whatever. Okay, so all those people, who cares? That was cool.
There's cool people. I
yeah.
know. I love Kid. Kid is fire.
Right? Yeah, I have an interview with him. It's on YouTube, you know? So, by May of 2022, I had recorded like 200 episodes and I was done with it. I didn't like where I was at with it. I had also learned a lot about content, and what I said to you when we first started, which was like way more people look at the Instagram than the actual content. It made me think, why am I doing these 2-3 hour interviews? It makes no sense.
I got you.
May 2022, I stopped everything and I completely gutted the Instagram, purchased all the house music equipment, and I already had DJ stuff, but I really, you know, got the stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And by that time I was, you know, a year into my legal career. And I got a new job where I was making more money, and I'm like, okay, let me actually invest. So I got this stuff, really learned how to use it, and then in January 2023 is when I really restarted Graham Radio, and I started to have like way more, solely house music people on.
I got you.
Yeah. Which is what I wanted. Yeah, and now it's, I mean, I've really fashioned this room to suit house music and to suit producing and interviewing. And, you know, like everybody has goals. And I have goals as well with Graham Radio and music. And right now where I'm at, I like it. You know, the chains are moving. I'm producing, I'm DJing, I'm interviewing, like, which is really the trifecta of Graham Radio. And that is really going on. So that is like the answer to like how I got all this.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool.
Thank you.
What's the next step? If I can know.
No, yeah. I mean, it's it's no big secret. I mean, the next step is just making music. Like the next step. I mean, I have this under control. I have this under control, and I'm getting that under control. And yeah, the next step is just continuing to get better and better and better at music production, which is the most important part. Like, you know, DJing at Emberd obviously is super fun and awesome, but I want to be on like on the lineup for Coachella and like Bonnaroo.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Yeah, and like places like that, you know, like I want to actually DJ in front of enormous crowds, and I want to have like a following.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Me
that
too.
would be awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Emberd is. I'm glad I'm started at Emberd, but Emberd is the start for me.
Yeah.
It's not.
What's
where
your
I wanna
goal? Like,
end up.
where do you want to be?
Same. I would say, starting. I would love to start at EDC Orlando. That would be cool. But all that is music. All that is making music.
Yeah.
So EDC Orlando, Tomorrowland. That's where I want to end up.
What's like the number one club you want to DJ at in the world?
In the world?
Yeah.
This is random, and not even Carla knows this. But I think Printworks and
That would be so. Yeah, you know that's they closed it and they're reopening it in like a few years, and it's gonna be like completely different.
then yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. And then
Yeah.
I got a couple years.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's Space.
Space.
Like I've just been to Space so many times, and like I want to DJ at Space on a Saturday night, going and like playing until the sun rises. Like that would be my number one. Like that's the number one thing. You know, like obviously I want to headline Bonnaroo, and I want to headline like I want to DJ at I want to headline like Halloween and big festivals, and go to like Ibiza and stuff.
Oh
and
yeah,
go
that's
to
another one.
Printworks. That would be amazing.
Whatever the name is for the one with the
Hi
bird.
Ibiza.
Is it that one? I don't know.
I don't know. Also, like
It starts with a U, so U.
Ushuaia.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I would
the
love
pool-
to
the
DJ.
pool- the pool
yes.
one. Yeah.
I would love to DJ there. So Printworks there, and Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland is the
That'd be sick.
biggest stuff.
Yeah, and you know all that I would like. And we can talk all day and you know
Right.
fucking about what we want to do, but like my biggest one, and it's not. Space isn't technically as big as some of the other stuff that we were just talking about.
Correct, but it's
like,
just a personal like
to me-
achievement. Yeah.
to me, Space would be the number one thing that I
Yeah.
want to do.
I've never
Yeah.
been to Space, so that's why it might not mean the same. But I understand because it is one of the biggest clubs here in the United States for
Yeah.
sure. So
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Cool.
I haven't been either. Yeah.
We're going November 17th, and we're seeing Dennis Cruz and Pasa. That's gonna be awesome.
we're going to the 3 Point Festival we talked about.
Nice.
That's gonna be so